Hello and welcome. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Today we're going to talk about cryptocurrency investing. Will my favorite crypto go to the moon, or will it become a dead coin? This is a really important thing to understand. A lot of people are investing a lot of money in projects that are likely to go nowhere. And other people are investing money in projects that are likely to go everywhere. And so, how can you figure out the difference? That's what we're going to talk about today. So, can we get 99 likes on this video? Smash the like button. It helps us a lot. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion. Cryptocurrency does involve substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for every investor. So there's 3 keys to finding a great cryptocurrency. The first key is adoption. If nobody uses the coin, that coin will be soon a dead coin. Did you know that there's over 1,000? Actually, there's a lot more than that, but the website that I looked at the last time I checked out their webpage, they listed more than 1,000 cryptocurrencies that are now dead. Well, you don't want to invest in a coin that in the near future becomes a dead coin, because that can mean a loss of all the money you invested in it. All right, so when we're going to talk about adoption, we should look at adoption from the past. And this graph is kind of nice because it shows us the adoption of a whole variety of different technologies, from telephones, TV, video games, electricity, cars, radios, refrigerators, digital cameras, smartphones, tablets, etc. And what we can learn from this is things like electricity and televisions and radio took decades to gain mass adoption. You can see how some of these curves are very slow getting up to this 100% mark or close to this 100% mark. But as time has gone on, the amount of time it takes for something to be adopted by the masses has gotten shorter and shorter. And with cryptocurrency, it's going to be one of the fastest that we'll see out there. And the main reason is because cryptocurrency runs on the internet. And today, there's over 7.5 billion people that are alive and well. And out of those 7.5 billion people, over 5 billion of them have smartphones. And I don't remember the number exactly, but if I remember correctly, I think it was somewhere around 4 billion have access to the internet. So most of the world's population has access to the internet now, either by a smartphone or through a desktop, laptop type computer, through a PC. And so with that much internet access, all that has to happen for people to adopt things like cryptocurrency is for them to set up the software either on their phone or on their PC or laptop and go. And so that's why one of the reasons why we see some of this adoption just going literally straight up, because instead of it taking multiple decades for it to be used by the masses, with the advent of smartphones and the internet and people having access to computers, it's turning that time from decades to years. And so we're going to see adoption continue to grow. Now, when it comes to cryptocurrency in particular, right now, less than 2.5% of the world's population, in fact, some of the figures that I've heard puts us closer to 0.5 rather than 2.5. But the bottom line is that there's a very small number of people who are actually using cryptocurrency. And so it just depends on what percentage of the population we'll eventually see getting into cryptocurrency. If it reaches close to 100%, or will this peak happen at 50%, or will the peak happen at 30%? But here's the bottom line. Going from where we are today to where cryptocurrency could go, there's a steep growth curve ahead of us. Here's the second point. I think the number of people that are going to adopt cryptocurrency is going to be on the higher side, and that's because of two things, Libra and China. Libra is a cryptocurrency being introduced by Facebook, and that's not out yet, but it has disrupted governments, and they have, in fact, it wasn't long ago that the United States federal government, the Federal Reserve, announced that they're creating a U.S. cryptocurrency, and the thing that lit the fire under them was the Libra project from Facebook. They also mentioned the other thing that lit the fire under them is the fact that China has announced that they're introducing their own cryptocurrency. And so with China's cryptocurrency, that's going to put that cryptocurrency in the hands, and China's not calling it a cryptocurrency, they're calling it a digital currency. But the bottom line is that they're very, very similar things, and we may find that the Chinese digital currency is traded on exchanges, or that there's a way to trade it for today's cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. And so the bottom line is I think that this peak is going to happen closer to when we get real close to 80%, 60% of the world using crypto because of things like Libra and the Chinese government and the US government all planning on introducing digital currencies. With those types of things happening at a state or mass adoption levels, because if Facebook comes out with Libra, you're talking about 2 or 3 billion people getting on board of a digital currency. And with China introducing their own cryptocurrency, you're talking about 1 or 2 billion people who will be using the Chinese digital currency. In fact, in China, if you go to a grocery store in China and you're standing in the checkout line and you're watching people as they check out, the most common way that people are paying for their groceries is with their smartphone. They're not really using cash, and they're not using credit cards. They use their smartphone to pay for things. And so for China to go to a digital currency that's accessed via their smartphones is a natural extension of what they're already doing to a large degree. And so I really think that we're going to see cryptocurrency going, and this is my opinion, but I think cryptocurrency is going to go from a small innovators to a large portion of the population, somewhere possibly between 50 to 80% of the world's population actually using digital currency, and to a large degree, many of the cryptocurrencies out there. So let's get into point number 2. So out of the 3 keys to finding a great cryptocurrency, number 1 is adoption, and number 2 is adoption. So let's take a look at how we can measure adoption. So this website is called CoinMarketCap, and I'm going to show you Bitcoin, but you can look up by using this search field right here. You can put in any cryptocurrency, well, as far as I know, any cryptocurrency that's out there. CoinMarketCap does have practically every cryptocurrency in existence. And if it's not on CoinMarketCap, if the cryptocurrency that you're thinking about is not on CoinMarketCap, then you might want to slow your horses down and take a closer look at that cryptocurrency. Because to the best of my knowledge, all the main cryptocurrencies are definitely on CoinMarketCap. So here's the reason why you want to go to CoinMarketCap. Not only can you see a chart of the price history of that crypto, but when you go to market pairs here, and we're going to click on the buy a reported volume, it really doesn't matter which one you click on. I'm just picking one of the two. It's going to give us a list of all of the exchanges that trade that particular cryptocurrency. And so under this source list are different exchanges, and each of these exchanges are trading in Bitcoin. And so if we scroll down this list, we'll see that there's 400 different exchanges that are trading in Bitcoin. Now, this chart for Bitcoin is unique because you'll notice there's only one entry for each of these exchanges. On others, well, here's 2 for HIT, BTC, so I'm wrong. And that makes the point. The main difference is what is the pair that it's trading. because there can be, like here, Binance, we see it's US dollars, and Binance, it's CHZ and BTC. And so the reason why an exchange will be listed in this list more than once is because they're trading in different pairs. In fact, I think we can sort this whole thing by the source. Let's click on that. Yep, there we go. All right. So this gives you a way to see all of the different exchanges that a cryptocurrency is traded on. Now, if a cryptocurrency is getting mass adoption, you're going to see it traded on an exchange like Binance. Binance is one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges. You're going to find it on Coinbase and Coinbase Pro. I'm surprised Coinbase isn't listed here. There might be a reason that I'm not aware of. Coinbase should be listed right in here. But Coinbase is one of the largest US cryptocurrency exchanges. And then Gemini is the other one that I'm looking for. Here's Gemini. I'm surprised Gemini only has one listing. And so there's lots and lots of cryptocurrency exchanges out there. Many of them are very big. Some of them are not very big. One of the ways to tell how big they are is by their volume. Now, the reason why this says something about reported volume versus adjusted volume is because CoinMarketCap tries to calculate volume in a way that they try and eliminate fake volume. And so the adjusted volume is their attempt to remove fake volume. The reported volume is the volume that exchange reported to the public. And so anyway, the bottom line is look up your cryptocurrency that you're interested in and take a look at how many exchanges are offering that cryptocurrency. That'll give you a good idea of where that cryptocurrency is in adoption. And if it isn't a large number, you may not be looking at a cryptocurrency that's widely used or has a greater amount of adoption. Another thing that you can look at on CoinMarketCap is the volume in the last 24 hours. And you can also look at things like what is the total market cap? In other words, what is the value of all of those coins for that particular cryptocurrency that's in circulation? And so with Bitcoin in particular, today's price, or I shouldn't say today's, the price at this moment is $10,241. Based on the market cap, that gives it a value of $186 billion. The last night's volume was 46 billion. The circulating supply of Bitcoin was 18 million Bitcoins. Traded hands or are in actual, the circulating supply is the amount of Bitcoin that has actually been discovered through mining, and the maximum supply of Bitcoin is 21 million. So 18 million of Bitcoins, 18 million Bitcoins have actually been discovered via mining and are actually available for use. Now, different currencies, different cryptocurrencies, their circulating supply may not be created through mining. They could have had a bulk of cryptos, a bulk of coins that were just gifted when they created it to certain individuals. Like a lot of coins have gifted a large number of their cryptos to whatever organization is running that particular cryptocurrency, or a whole bunch of different other reasons why there's a large amount in circulation. So, all right, so that's number 2 is adoption. The third reason for keys to finding a great cryptocurrency is also adoption. But here's another way to find out about adoption. You can go to this website called Electric Capital. And on Electric Capital's website, you're going to find out how many developers are actually working on a particular cryptocurrency. Now, I've been in software engineering for over 20 years now. And as a software engineer, I can tell you that one of the key things to looking or evaluating cryptocurrencies is knowing, hey, are they building new stuff? Are they enhancing it? Are they improving it? Are they adding new features? Or are they speeding up the network? Bitcoin, they're not really adding new features, but they're improving the way the entire blockchain and network function. And those improvements are vital for Bitcoin to go to the next level, so to speak, for Bitcoin to get to its next one of the big things that slows down Bitcoin from mass adoption is the slowness of adding transactions to the Bitcoin blockchain. And so there's been lots of projects to help Bitcoin speed that up. Now, if Bitcoin doesn't speed that up, it will fall behind, and there will be another cryptocurrency that surpasses Bitcoin and leaves Bitcoin in the dust. And so the number of developers that are working on a particular blockchain can determine the future of that blockchain, because what developers are working on today will become available to the users sometime tomorrow, sometime in the future. And so if there are not developers working on improving it today, then what you got today is what you're going to have in the future. And oftentimes that won't be good enough to compete with what somebody else is building. And so what you'll find on Electric Capital is this report. You can download the report and read it in its entirety. I'm going to highlight 2 pages from the report. The first page speaks about Ethereum in particular, and it talks about how Ethereum has had an average of 99 active developers working on it every single month. Now, I've been on a lot of different projects, and one of the largest projects I've worked on was for the state of Oregon. And on the state of Oregon's project, they had 2 separate major projects that each had 100 developers on it. So to have 100 developers, to have 99 developers that are active every single month is actually huge. You want to think in terms of a project that a state government would be working on. That is a significant number. Now, a lot of the other projects that I've worked on during my career, we've had anywhere from 3 developers to 10 or 15 developers. So 10 or 15 is really closer to what you would see for a Fortune 500 corporation working on making something special. They may have somewhere between 3 to 15 developers working on that project. And that's a Fortune 500 corporation. That's not, so the point I'm trying to make is this Ethereum project is in the scale of what a government or even a Fortune 50 corporation would be working on, and it would be a large-scale, major project for that organization. Now, the next one that we want to look at is Bitcoin has the second highest number of core protocol developers for the last 10 years after its founding. And you can see here that Bitcoin has over 47 developers working on it per month. And that's, even though it's not as many as what's working on Ethereum, that's still 47 developers working on it every month. That is a huge number. That would be, when you think of software projects, you're talking about a software project that would be in the tunes of not $1 million, not $10 million, but more likely to the tune of hundreds of million dollars. Normally, projects that have 50 or even 100 developers working on it are extremely large projects that have hundreds, not a lot more than tens of millions of dollars and possibly hundreds of millions of dollars going into that project. And so I just want to emphasize how significant the number of developers working on Ethereum and Bitcoin are. And then the other thing you want to see is how all of these other cryptocurrencies are consolidated in this one little corner. There's a few outliers with XRP and Cardano and EOS and Tron, but none of them really hold a candle out here to Ethereum or to Bitcoin. All right, so That is our program for today. How can I be of service to you? Do you have any questions about what I said? Do you disagree with what I said? Look, you know things I don't know. I know things that you don't know. And when we share what we know with each other, we're going to grow smarter together. I want to grow smarter together with you. So share the information that you have. I'd love to hear your polite disagreements or your questions for more information or questions to clarify something. Let me know in the comments below on the YouTube channel. In the meantime, like, subscribe, and hodl, and I hope that you have a fantastic